set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And a peek at the man under center. He has 5 full years in the league under his belt, now in year number 6.
This guy's leadership is so important to how offense functions. He doesn't shrink from any moments on game day, and everything he does with confidence. He sets the example in practice, off the field, and is the guy leading everyone out for each possession.
They'll begin here with a run to Charbonnet. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up in the 25. Well, this defense for the Cardinals, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. Purdy off the play fake. And right away, he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score. A fumble recovery. Touchdown for Arizona. Chad Ryland now to add the PAT. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up, because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well.
This is taken in at the 5. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. A big play there for the Niners. 47 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there.
All right, let's put the check mark on the defensive side of the ledger there. Really nice tackle by the man in the middle. But why was he able to get that done? Because he has 4 down linemen in front of him, 2 tackles, 2 ends. And what they often try to do is create what we call a funnel. Right to the man in the middle linebacker, who often leads his team in tackles.
McCaffrey turned away on 4th and goal. And this Cardinal defense comes up with a goal line stand. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
The drive will begin with a run by Benson. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards.
Partner, I think that play echoed a short yardage run. I know they're backed against their own goal line, but when they stack the defensive line like that, if you find any type of a crease, you're up to the third level before you know it.
On first down, right back to Benson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The numbers for Benson in last week's ball game. 23 carries, 135 yards. Big game.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
They wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Throwing now is Murray. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Benson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Second and 11. To throw is Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch, good for 14 there, and a first down.
A gain of 14. And the Cardinals first down.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. Cardinals at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to take care of business in front of the home crowd last week.
Yeah, it's always nice to get that opener at home, but now things get a little bit tougher. The good thing for them, though, is they take a little extra confidence with them when they head out on the road.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
From the gun, Murray. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
13 yards on the play. That's another Cardinals first down.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Trey Benson. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they score in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
At their own 35-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Still going inside the 20. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Zach Charbonnet, 52 yards. And the Niners are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Oh, good return up past the 30. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he continues to have success running the ball here in the first half as he's already closing in on 100 yards for the game. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll go again with Benson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. That ball caught by Harrison. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 38. And trouble trying the middle here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers. They work now on 2nd and 9. On play action, it's Murray. Wide open receiver complete. That's good for 28 yards.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
They'll run with Benson. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
The 49ers 13-yard line.
Murray now to throw. And it'll be intercepted. And the Niners are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Caught by Allen. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Purdy now to throw. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Underneath, caught by the tight end, Allen. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball, how much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. They'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line. That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's 2nd down. 4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. Here's Purdy. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. couldn't hang on third down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Jerome Jennings, 37 yards. And the 49ers have moved out in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. And he returns this to the 22. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again.
They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the third time. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions, but that's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
At the 21-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up second and 1.
And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here. So 5 yards. There is one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
2nd and 10. Purdy looking to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now Purdy. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And the 49ers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it. Touchdown, 49ers! The clock reading 1 minute even, so this offense with 60 seconds to go to try to at least get into field goal range, and they start from their own territory. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
That's complete to Michael Wilson.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3. At the 37-yard
Now Murray.
line.
Going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Murray going to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout. Their second. As they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Here's Murray. Now he'll tuck this and run.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Here's Murray from midfield. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this one is incomplete.
So everyone's eager to